Hello and welcome to the second Let's Play in Thrones of Britannia. Today we're going to be looking at the early to mid game for Gwynedd, one of the Welsh kingdoms. Today we're going to be going for a fame victory. This will see us focus more on our starting territory, growing tall and protecting our territory, rather than conquering Britannia. The Welsh kingdoms have a wide range of unique bonuses to start the campaign, such as increased morale and supplies when in home territory. Also, greater bonuses are applied to followers when granted to a general. They also have a mechanic called Heroism, which is similar to Legitimacy we saw in the Mede Let's Play. It grants bonuses from winning battles, holding Welsh land, and other heroic actions, and can be lost from losing battles and places.
Your father united Wales, but now it is divided between you and your brothers. There is a tension between you, all wishing to rival your father's achievements. We have been lucky. The Vikings ravaged the other lands, but left Wales untouched. They crippled the English, our ancient enemies, leaving them vulnerable to attack. With Wales united under your rule, the English will fall before us. Our future is in your hands.
The year is 880. We are 10 turns into the campaign so far, and I have solely worked on growing my economy, as my kingdom Gwynedd starts with a terrible economy, and very little money coming in per turn. I needed this to change, so I've upgraded my mines and farms, whilst also upgrading my main settlement. A few turns later, and we've finished upgrading, granting us a building slot. So let's take a look into the building browser. Here we can see all of the building chains that we have access to. It's split up into several different groups and color-coded. Let's take a look at the Great Hall section. At the top here we have a unique building type that we can construct. We can get fame from it, income, and public order bonuses. That seems pretty good, so I'm going to build that. This is a unique building that can only be built in certain places, so getting it now will be very beneficial. We've also unlocked a new tech from upgrading our law court, allowing us to go down the leadership branch, giving us fame, corruption reductions, income, and heroism bonuses. It would seem that Merce have seen it fit to take Welsh land that should rightfully be mine. I will not let this stand. They will be forced out of Wales. I'm going to get my army and march south through my brother's lands of Powys and Langhors to take it back. It's not uncommon for Merce to trespass against us, so I don't think they'll care too much if I do it to them. Only this time I'm taking their lands and killing everyone I find. I'm also going to bring my brother, Merwin of Powys, into the fight, as they have asked me to join enough of their wars in the past, so they do owe me a favour. And I'll be honest, I don't really care if they get destroyed. I want their lands anyway. Merce have come in force into Wales, taking the village of Lan y Los. They outnumber me greatly, so I won't be going anywhere near them anytime soon. I will, however, take back the village of Lan Aflan that they have kindly left undefended. I have been trapped. Both armies have descended upon me. They do outnumber me, but their troops are generally weaker than mine and less armoured. This is going to be a struggle. I'm going to capture the village as soon as possible and use it to choke the army, so they cannot outflank me. They have seen this and pushed in, and battle has commenced. With most of my forces already engaged, I have very little room to manoeuvre. I have managed to rout their flanking cavalry and backup infantry, so I'm going to press the advantage here and move my men around to flank them. The fierce fighting continues in the centre, with bodies falling left and right. The brutal slog is claiming many of my men. A gap has opened up between the two fighting groups, and Ceolwulf has pounced upon it, sending several units to get my archers, forcing me to pull valuable men out of the fray to deal with them, and committing Anarut along with them. The smaller of the two fighting groups have beaten back the Mercians, causing a rout. With one more Herculean effort, the Welsh infantry kills their general, causing a mass rout throughout the Mercian line. A huge victory for Anarut, solidifying my position as king. I am sure that we are in a good position to push the assault, once my army has recovered. We're now on the last part of the leadership tech tree, which has given us a great deal of fame and helped us stabilise the kingdom. I have failed to take the threat of Gwent seriously, and they have marched forwards and taken Langhors. I can't take another battle, as I would lose a large portion of my units, which right now I can't afford to get back, so I'm going to have to go for a peace deal. Being a larger power and both of us being Welsh, I can pressure them more. So not only am I asking for peace, allowing them to keep the village, but I will also ask them to become my vassal, which they gratefully accept, a nice addition to the edge of my kingdom. I have received word that the Welsh in Cornu are being oppressed, and are longing for freedom from their English overlord. I'm going to offer to annex them, bringing them into my ever-growing kingdom. They seem to want to keep their independence and don't want to come into my kingdom, so I guess I'll have to force them. But that will have to wait. Merce have begun to march back to their own lands. One army has left, but Ceolwulf has remained in the village, presumably to try and gather more troops. But he did not account for my moron of a brother, who has marched forwards with his meagre host, attacked and killed him, and sacked the town that he once ruled over. The people of Wales should know strong and fair leadership, so I'm going to take it for my own. Now with this great blow to Merce, I'm going to offer them peace, and presumably seeing my prowess in battle, and the pressures on them, they accept becoming my vassal, which ends their wars and gives them time to stabilise. Now it's time to deal with my other brother, Cattell. His failure to protect Wales from invaders will not go unpunished. After my army has recuperated its losses, I'll march and take what is rightfully mine. As soon as I commit to one war, another breaks out. My new vassal Merce is under attack from West Seax. As their leader, I will have to join the war, but I certainly won't be losing men to keep an Englishman in his position. Meanwhile, in Wales, the coward Cattell refuses to leave Dunfer, so as I'm running out of supplies from my rather aggressive campaigns, I'm going to take Abetifi, which will help me resupply. In this time, Cattell has decided to come out and start retaking my newly acquired lands. After capturing Abetifi and retaking Llandui, Cattell has come and attacked me directly. Of course he's only done this because he thinks my army is now weaker than his. He won't know what's hit him. We have unfortunately started at the bottom of a hill, and before I can move my men into position, Cattell has attacked. Again, I have to attack without structure in my army, and it soon becomes a bloodbath. Cattell, being the foolhardy man he is, overcommits with his men and is slain for his efforts. The last of his men runs shortly after. After this, taking his kingdom becomes much easier. Sadly, I have to cut down his son Rodri in the process. While my army recovers, I've broken off my vassalage to Merce and made peace with West Seax, and I've cut off my alliance to Powys. After my army has recovered, I've declared war on Dyfed, as they have Minerva, which has the Church of St. Dewi, which is another unique building type which will grant me fame if I own it. With most of Wales now under my control, there is only one last thing to do: unseat my brother Merwyn and take back his Welsh lands. I'm happy for him to keep his English lands he holds, essentially exiling him from Wales, but it's clear that he isn't going to give them up without a fight, so that's what he shall get. After declaring war, I immediately siege Mathrafal. The attack on Mathrafal is ready. It is sad that I have to kill another one of my brothers, but it must happen for the Cymry. My armoured units soon make quick work of the poorly clad men Merwyn commands, although his javelinmen deal some considerable damage to my men, but it won't be enough to stop them. Cleaving through the hordes of men my brother throws at me, it is soon he who is left on the battlefield. It seems only fair that if he should die, it is done by my hand. So I'm going to charge him and end his pitiful life with the only thing he'll be remembered for: dying by my hand. And with the final cutting blow, Wales is once again reunited under the power of Gwynedd and the King Anarud. Thrones of Britannia will be released on April 19th. You can pre-order now and get 10% off at selected retailers.